This is episode 1 of The Chosen Chats, and this is going to be a little different than any of the other episodes because this is a more personal one-on-one, as well as giving some historical background on what's going on exactly in Israel when The Chosen starts. First and foremost, I want to start off this episode just kind of talking to you guys about my why. Very recently, for whatever reason, a couple of my friends make comments to me not realizing that they didn't realize I was a religious person. These are some of the closest people in my life, some of my best friends. They were shocked to find out that I'm a very religious human. Yikes, when your, close circle doesn't know something so important about you. I realized that I'm not being loud enough in my faith. I had this conversation with Cody. We were on date night and we were driving to a restaurant. I said exactly that to him. And I feel like these conversations with my friends were very intentional conversations placed in my way by God. Because it didn't just happen once, it happened probably like 3 or 4 times from different people in my life in a short period of time. It just could not have been coincidental. So it's scary to me to think that the people that I know and love so dearly don't know this about me. It's surprising because I talk to God all day long. I told Cody this like years ago that like God and I are like this. We talk all day long. You know how you have conversations in your head with yourself maybe throughout the day? I don't ever talk to myself. I literally have conversations with God. There is no way that I will die and God says to me that he doesn't know me, because we laugh together, we cry together, we go through all the ups and downs of my life together. I guess because that's just the way that I am in my head, I have never thought, that I'm not loud enough in my religion, because I'm just thinking about, my thought process throughout the day and how God is involved in my day-to-day. And obviously people externally are not in my head and they don't know this about me. And Cody said something to me that unlocked a new fear. He said, well, what if you die and you face God and he says to you, I gave you a platform, what did you do with it? My response to Cody was, quote, new fear unlocked, because that is terrifying. Well, God, you gave me this platform, and I love this platform because it allows my husband and I to work from home and be with our kids and be very involved with our children's lives. And that's the beauty of the platform that you gave me. But holy, you're right. I should have been talking about you more. And I don't want to be too late in that realization. So that's the conversation that we had that led to The Chosen Chats, because I love this series. It's definitely brought me closer to God, but more importantly, having a deeper understanding. My aunt's calling me. I gotta take this, I'll be back. Okay, so I filmed my why, and then my aunt called me, and then the girls got home from school, and so I was not able to film the second half of this video because this show is deeply rooted in history. Obviously, Jesus was a real man, and you have to understand the political climate as to what was going on in the world at the time Jesus started his ministry, around 27 to 30 AD. At that time, Israel was under Roman rule. Israel had independence. Roman General Pompey captured Jerusalem again. The Romans are ruling over Israel, and there are Jewish people who resent the Romans and want nothing to do with the Romans, want to take back over their land. You have Jewish people who are kind of working with the Romans, and you see that with Matthew. He's a tax collector. So tax collectors are frowned upon in the Jewish area. You're essentially betraying your people, their money to give back to the Romans. So they are completely shunned by society. So when you open up with Matthew, you're going to see No one wants anything to do with him. He has to hide when he's walking through town. He has to be guarded. He literally has a Roman officer who's assigned to him to walk him through the city. And it's because he's considered a traitor, and his family's shunned too. This is a very bad look for him. They're allowing Jewish tradition, but they're also making sure that there's no unrest in the city, that everything is orderly, that there's no revolts happening. And you're going to see some groups of people who are called zealots who are secretly training because they want to ready themselves for the Messiah. Their mind, they believe that the Messiah is going to be this great warlord who is going to come and is going to lead their people into this great battle to overthrow the Romans and to free Israel again. And what we know of Jesus, we know he is far from a warlord. So their beliefs are about to be completely shaken up. See religious leaders who also don't like the idea of Jesus. It's that power struggle. There's just a lot of different power struggles going on. Jesus is questioning everyone. No one is safe. He's here to save, and he is here to shake up everything. As you go into the series, if this is your first time watching it, I will strongly suggest that you put it on and you watch it in order. There's so many people involved. There's so many different stories. Hopping in the middle of it is just, you're going to lose the context of it. So put it on, put your phone down, just listen and follow the story all the way through from season 1 through season 4. If this is your first time watching it through, I want to hear if your viewpoints change, if you feel like it brings you closer to God. I want to know if you've already watched it through, how this series has impacted you. Just do this together. So make sure you hit the subscribe button up there so that you can follow along. We'll have new episodes every Tuesday and Wednesday. The full length will be right here on YouTube, and you'll be able to catch little clips here and there every week on Instagram and TikTok. I can't wait for those, guys. It's going to be a fun journey.